All right, this is the Wholesale Academy Part 4. We had just wrapped up talking about what a title company is and why you should use one. Now let's go ahead and talk about some questions to ask the title company. Let's say this is the first time that you're going to use the title company. You want to get some things clear. You want to ask them some questions and make sure that they're going to be compatible with you. As a wholesaler, you need to know that some title companies will not do assignments. They won't do them. They consider them bad. They just, for some reason, it's their policy. Hey, we don't do assignments. So the first thing you want to ask your title company that you're dealing with for the first time is, hey, you want to explain to them what you do. I'm an investor. I'm a wholesaler. I have a contract here. My goal is to find somebody to assign this contract to. Is that okay with you guys? Do you guys do assignments? Not all of them will. You want to ask them, do you do a split HUD? And a split HUD is rather difficult. We can cover this in the personal class, in the face-to-face class, but that is something that a title company can do to, in effect, I don't want to use the word hide, but they can disclose your assignment fee to one party but not to the other party. So let's say you don't want the seller to know that you're going to make $10,000. A split HUD is a tool that you can ask the title company to do, and they will be very selective in what information they show the buyer and what information they show the seller. So they will put your assignment fee on the HUD statement of your buyer, but not your seller. And your buyer probably knows what you're going to make anyway because you had to fill out an assignment with them and all that sort of stuff. So your buyer likely knows what your fee is. If you don't want the seller to know that, you can ask the title company to do what's called a split HUD, and they will not show the seller, but they will show the buyer what your fee is. You can do that in exchange of a double close, for example. If you want to do a double close, you need to ask the title company, do you do double closes? Another good question to ask them is, how much time do they require between each transaction? You might be very surprised. There are title companies that will do same-day double closes. You can do one side of the transaction and then the other side on the same day. Some title companies will make you do one side of the transaction on a Monday, maybe even a Monday afternoon, and then Tuesday morning you can come back and do the second half of the transaction. Why? I don't know, but that's their policy. Some title companies will not allow a double close unless there's like 2 weeks in between each of the transactions. So again, your goal as a wholesaler is to get in and get out very, very quickly. You don't have time for this nonsense of doing a double close, doing a close, waiting 2 weeks, and then doing the second half of the transaction. That's crazy talk. But again, you want to ask the title company up front so you don't get caught in the middle going, oh, how much? You need 2 weeks between double closes? Oh, wow. Ask them up front. If you expect to use a power of attorney, or if one of the parties in the transaction is going to use a power of attorney, basically they're going to sign on behalf of somebody else. Let's say a wife or a spouse signing on behalf of another spouse with a power of attorney, or an attorney signing on behalf of their client or something like that. There's a document that you can use. It's called a power of attorney. Some title companies will not accept a power of attorney. They've been sued by one party who was represented by another party, and whoever had the power of attorney either took advantage of the situation or they signed something they shouldn't have signed, and it was the title company that got sued. So again, some title companies have no problem with powers of attorney, and some will not touch a power of attorney. They simply won't allow them. let's go ahead and we'll close. Again, we're coming up to the 5-minute mark. I like to keep these things about at the 5-minute. I think that's a good time, so we're approaching that. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're learning something. And again, I hope you're reviewing all of this material for the face-to-face class. I appreciate your time. Thank you.